And let's get started. Hi, my name is Erlen Bakke. I'm signing in from, let's see, I need to check one thing, what screen you're seeing. Okay, so I want you to see the other screen. So there you go, that's the proper screen I want you to see. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so now we're recording, we are ready. Welcome to the webinar. My name is Erlen Bakke. Welcome to USpin and how the professionals do 360 photography, presented by myself, Erlen Bakke, founder of USpin. So today it's all about 360 photography, how to photograph products that are small, that are large, and by the end of the webinar today, you're going to understand what it takes to get organized before a photography shoot, how the photography setup looks like. So by the end of this webinar, you're going to understand the components and parts you need to be successful at 360 photography. We're going to go through and you're going to understand how to do the actual photography of both small and large objects. Testing is a very important part of photography, because if you photograph a product for a client and you deliver the photography to whoever's going to have it and they're not happy with it, you have to reshoot everything. And oftentimes that means that you have to reshoot everything. How to get your spin online. That's something that people immediately think is complicated, but today I'm going to show you the fast and easy way how to do that. Team USpin is comprised of myself, in upper left-hand corner, Stian Johansen, who is also on the call today. He's on the right, sitting in a chair in a field in Norway, I believe. Bottom left, we have Darko Blazevic and Vedran Sidric on the right. He is our programmer, so designer, programmer, founders, and that's basically who we are. So you can put a face to the name. USpin was started in 2008 in Oslo, Norway, and we're still based here. Vedran and Darko, they're actually based in Croatia. We have been lucky to have thousands and thousands of downloads of our photography app, and we've also been featured in various magazines and articles, predominantly here in Norway, but also internationally on different websites as well as on TV. It all started with the idea of watching Matrix. Matrix back in, well, was it 99? It was a long time ago. Matrix had this photography rig, and they were, one of the unique things that they did for the movie was do this 360 capture of Neo in midair, kind of kicking somebody. And from that, we got this idea of creating this for the web. And in 2006, we got our first client in London. And at the time, we were actually the biggest photography supplier in the UK of 360 photography. So we started off in a warehouse in Uxbridge in London. And now we've worked with a whole lot of different clients, Muso Norway, XXL. Yeah, seeing as we have an international audience, we might want to mention Jimmy Choo, Estee Lauder, and Office, as well as June Shoes that we worked with over the years. So USpin at the moment is a mobile phone application as well as a software as a service program. So basically, we host the images for you. So we launched the app, and it's probably because of the app that you're here today. You probably downloaded the app and you did a 360 of a product, and then you uploaded it. And we invited you to this webinar today so that you can do more with 360 photography, especially related to how you can make money using 360 photography. So as we stand today, we've had about 344,000 downloads of our app, and we're steadily getting a couple of hundred downloads a day, which is good. We ranked about 4 out of 5 stars on the App Store and Google Play. The apps are a little bit outdated now, as we're rethinking how we want to do the actual apps. So we're very excited about that. So yeah, we're currently the biggest 360 provider in Norway, and I've been teaching other people and doing photography for the past 6-7 years. That's just some background, so you know who I am and what we've done and and how many people we've been able to reach so far using the software. An exciting fact here is that US e-commerce sales will grow by 62% by 2016, and it'll be around $327, $327 billion. If it was $327, it would be very impressive, but billion. So it's a serious market, and it's only growing. So that means if you want to start providing 360 photography to clients wherever you are, you could actually make a lot of money. So European e-commerce sales will grow by about 78% by 2016, and online retail sales are growing more than 4 times the rate of total consumer spending, which means online is growing a lot faster than offline. So if you start offering 360 photography to your clients, you're in the right place, because e-commerce, it's all about finding how to differentiate yourself from your competitors. Amazon grew with 40% in 2012, and it's really an exciting place to be. It's really an exciting place to be. So how can you differentiate yourself online? Well, you can be really good at marketing. You can compete on price. There's always somebody that can be the cheapest. And then there's logistics. So you can have a really good system for how to run an online store. And the area where we are focused on today is creating a better experience for your clients. So when you deal with people that have online stores, it is important to understand that marketing, their price, their logistics is a big part of them being successful in running an online store. But here today, we're all about experience. We're all about how to create better experiences online. And that's what we talk about with clients when we go in and tell them what we do. So our first client in the UK, this is back in 2006, so nearly 10 years ago, which is crazy to think about. But basically, after 1 week of using 360 photography, our sales doubled. That was the e-commerce manager of that June shoe store. So they relaunched their website with 360 photography, and they saw an instant increase in sales. What they didn't tell us was that they also saw a big decrease in returns, and a big challenge for online stores is actually that they get a lot of products back. That's why they often offer free shipping, free returns and things like that. So that is the immediate benefit of 360 photography, which is important that you understand when you're actually selling this service to people. Typically, marketing managers are the ones to speak to in the companies. So why on earth would you go and offer 360 photography? Why is it an important thing to have and offer clients? Well, the thing is, when we have products online, we can see it and we can hear it. So through video, we can see and hear it. What I like about 360 photography is that you can actually touch the product as well. It gives a feeling of touching the actual product. So if we go to USpin Pro here, we can actually rotate the product around, and this kind of interaction is what actually increases the sales. So we buy based on emotion, and we always justify it with logic. So in the end, it's when you have a customer on your page, you should be offering a emotional experience of the product. So it increases the feelings and also the trust in the product, because you can actually see it from all sides. So if you want to see how to use the app to put a product live, there's a link on our website. So basically, if you want to see how to use the app to photograph a product in 360 and put it online, you can just watch this simple movie. We're not going to watch that today because I'm actually going to put that link into into the chat so that you can watch that later. So that message was now sent to everybody. But yeah, watch that later. And the cool thing with USpin is that it easily integrates into eBay. So you won't have any problem with copy pasting in the embed code into eBay. So if you want to make more money on eBay, you can use our Uspin app to capture the 360 photography, and then you copy paste in the code that you get into eBay, and you've published your product in 360. And that should, of course, also have the increase in sales and decrease in returns that we've seen our other customers have as well. The growing trend here is that there are more and more houses, cars, and products for sale online. And these are only the numbers for the US. So there's about 15 million different types of products online in the US, which means if you only capture a small percentage of that and you start selling 360 photography to clients, you can actually do a decent amount of money. Some facts and figures here is that 58% of internet users prefer to see a 360 or a 3D animation of your product. And these are very important facts to communicate to the people that you're wanting to sell to. Or if you have an online store, know that 58% of internet users prefer to see something from all sides. It's also a very important fact to remember that 80% of people will not buy your product if your photography sucks or if it's a bad experience. So once you've spent all that money on marketing, you spent all that money on logistics, and it's all down to actually making it a good experience, you might fall short if you don't follow through and have excellent photography. So again, the selling point is really that your sales will increase. And 2 out of 3 that have had 360 on their website have seen an increase in sales. The costs have been reduced for 76% of the users because of less returns. There are some challenges with 360 photography, and today I'm going to show you how to overcome those challenges. So at the end of the webinar, you really understand how to do the actual photography in an easy way. So some of the challenges and some of the reason why I'm bringing up the challenges here is because these are some of the things that your customers or you might be asking yourself, like, why would I bother with 360 photography? It seems to be more time consuming. The equipment is expensive. Show products for what they really look like. Okay, so that can be a benefit. Sometimes we've done a 360 for somebody and they don't want to use it on the website because they don't actually want to show the product in that kind of way because it reveals too much about the product. And unless you edit every single photograph, it might not look the way you want your consumers to see it. But I always believe that it's better to show things in 360 because it gives a better understanding of the product. So when let's say you Photoshop a product and people buy it and they get it and it doesn't look like what they purchased, then they're going to be angry and frustrated and they won't come back and buy more stuff from you. You do need to spend a little bit more time on styling the actual product. So seeing as you're photographing it from all sides, you can't really get away with hanging things from fishing wire and building things up and sort of using pins to make clothing look tighter. So you do need to spend a little bit more time on styling and also get some equipment that is customized for the 360. One thing that's often a challenge in photography is actually getting the color right. I'm going to show you later in the webinar how to get the color right. Another barrier for people buying 360 photography is actually that they say, the internet speed isn't fast enough. But increasingly now that we have 4G on mobile phones and most countries have fairly fast internet, this shouldn't really be an issue anymore. So what you're going to learn is getting organized, the setup, the shoot, testing, getting things online, and then we're going to do a Q&A at the very end. So you do need some equipment. Now you can use your mobile phone. You can download our app and use the app on your phone. That is possible, and it's also free. So if you have a smartphone, which most people have now, you can just use the actual app to photograph something in 360 to test it out, see if it works, and before investing in more equipment. This is the equipment we have in our studio. We basically use a Canon 5D Mark III. What I like about that camera is that you can also use the video function on it. So increasingly, people also want video. for their website. So that's another upsell. We typically go in and we sell 2D photography, and then we upsell them on the 360 photography, and then we upsell them on the video production. We downsell them basically if they think our 2D photography is too expensive. We downsell them on the 360 factory, which is basically an image editing company that we set up about 5 years ago. So when you go in and you sell, it's important to upsell people, so have something more expensive to offer, but you also need something cheaper as well. So remember to upsell and downsell, and you go in with your entry product and blow their mind. Okay, so Elinchrom flash heads. Elinchrom is quite a reasonable brand. It's got good quality. It's made in Switzerland, and we've had a couple of lamps now for about 4 or 5 years, and they're still working. They'll set you back about $1,000 for two, I believe. On the far right hand side, where the model is standing, you can see the backgrounds. And they're actually really good for using when you're photographing in 360, and it's called a Lastolite background. The way it works is you basically put a flash head on either side. When the flashes go off, you get a white background on the product, which is important when it's 360 photography. We also recommend the CBAS 500 360 turntable. It's a turntable made in the UK. There's a little video here that I want to show you about the CBAS 360 turntable. So let's take a look at that. It's not very long. It's only about a minute. So let's see how that system works. So basically, you can use the CBAS turntable to photograph people. You can do shoes, and this is our studio that we used to have in London, and it's a really robust turntable. We have about 2 of these in Norway. It's 2 or 3 of them, I think. But what I like about it is that you can use it. You can use you don't need to have any specialized software. You can use the software from Canon or software from Nikon. You can make some easy cropping changes, and then you just simply upload it to Uspin Pro. Okay, so that's a quick introduction to CBAS 50. I like it because it can take people, it can take products, it can take all sorts of different products, and it's also reasonable. I think it retails at about £1,300, which is good if you can. That's basically if you photograph 10 products, you've made that back. So how to get organized before a shoot, and why is it important? Just having a little sip of water there. I'm not used to speaking straight out for 30 minutes. So batch production is the core of effective photography. What does that mean? Well, basically, some of our clients have about 2,000 products a year. So when you're dealing with products in that kind of volume, it's really important that you get your client organized. One of the issues that we've seen with a lot of clients is that they'll just go to the photographer and say, like, photograph this. They have no real training in how to deal with photography or how to actually manage the whole process. So when you get a client, it's important that you ask for an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so the number one, you need to ask how many products are you sending us, and number two is like, what is your deadline? Because if you don't have the deadline for when things need to be delivered, they might just one day go, oh, I thought you were finished, and you might have like 300 products left to photograph, and they expect it to be finished. So you need to organize your client. Don't look to your client to be organized, because in our experience, most clients are not that organized when it comes to photography, because oftentimes photography is under prioritized and it's given to people that are new or unexperienced, and they just kind of told to deal with it, just make it happen. So you need to organize your client. Step number one: ask for an Excel spreadsheet with all the products, with an overview of all the products, and then ask for a deadline and get them to commit to the deadline as well. Also, commit to when you should receive your products. That's also important. So the more you can organize the client in advance, the more effective your photo shoot will be and the more money you will make. Color size and type. So the next question to ask your client is like, how big, what sizes do you want your photographs to be in? Is it 2000 by 2000? Is it 3000 by 3000? 300 DPI, PSD, JPEG? What's the print? Um, the print format you want to export to, and all this needs to be put into a style guide. And in the style guide, you also need to have the template photograph of every single product. So let's say a client has 20 different products, you do actually need to have a style guide that outlines every single product, so you know how to photograph them all. And especially if you want to grow your company and you want other people to do stuff for you, you also need to have a style guide, because if you're ill and there still needs to be photographed stuff photographed, you need to have a style guide with a clear description of how to do the shoot. So a core part of our business is really keeping organized. And that's one of our main selling points, is like, if you're not organized in photography, it's going to be a very, very expensive job. It might seem lucrative. You might be able to say like, oh yeah, I'll do 10, 12 products an hour. But if you're not organized, you might be doing 2 products an hour or 1 product an hour. So a lot of photographers get burned, and they work long hours, and they figure out, oh, I'm only earning like, £5 an hour, when you subtract the studio and the software and everything else. So another thing is to actually make sure that all your equipment is working before you start to shoot. So sometimes, I find myself having to drive out and buy more stuff because I just didn't check that I had everything, and that's been a there's a really big delay for me as a photographer. So make sure that your equipment is working, that you have all your little gadgets and things, and just try to stay organized, because the more organized you are, the happier your clients will be, and the more they will purchase from you. Um, Yeah, and also with that style guide that I mentioned before, make sure that they actually okay it, that they sign it, so that it is the template for how to do everything in regards to the photography shoot that you're doing. Okay, so here we go. Now we're going to start off with a simple instructional guide on how to do 360 photography. So step number 1 is, so basically this is the 7 simple steps to getting started in 360 photography. Um, Step number 1, choose a turntable. They come in different shapes and sizes, different prices. I recommend the CBAS 360, which is not uh, our system at all, but I just we've used it for many, many years now, and we really like it. And you can basically choose between doing it manually. When I first started out, I was actually turning the turntable manually. I'd got a pizza board and I'd drawn lines down the middle, and you should have seen me on the floor. Like I had my laptop there. Now every time I turned, I would click the button, and that's how I did the 360 photography to start with. So you can go for manual like I did. I don't recommend it. You have an automatic one and you have a fully automated one. And the CBAS one is a fully automated one, which means you have a control stick, and you just basically put in how many photographs you want. So it could be 96 or it could be 24, whatever. So it is a great system. And I believe I put in the link for you guys also. Another thing is to set the white balance. So remember one of the first shoots I did like 7 years ago, I forgot to set the white balance. So all the photographs turned out yellow, and I did 350 products, and they all had like a yellow tint to it. So remember to go into your camera settings and choose white balance, choose custom white balance, and then photograph a white piece of paper. That way, you get the white balance in the room in regards to the lighting you have, and that gives you the foundation of doing a good photo shoot. What we use for setting the color, and as I mentioned before, like getting the color right is a really, really important part of photography. And what we use is something called X-Rite technology. We shoot, so basically you place this X-Rite card on the mannequin. Okay, and then you you open up their program, you photograph the colors in the lighting, and then you use the X-Rite technology, which follows with which you can download it from their website, or you get it when you buy it. You use that to color calibrate your camera, and also when you edit the images later, you can set the profile to be the X-Rite profile, which gives you a computer calculated correct color. So we also say this to our clients, like, yeah, we use X-Rite, it becomes a computer calculated correct color. So then we adjust the color and we save it as a JPEG. So basically, we photograph all our products in RAW, and then all the 360s are RAW. Then we convert them in the X-Rite. No, in Lightroom, we set the profile to the X-Rite profile. This might be a little bit complicated to do on a webinar. This is actually one thing that this is one webinar. Just going through how to do color is one webinar. So basically, after we set the profile that we did earlier, we export it as a JPEG, and that's actually what we upload to Usepin Pro. Just want to show you a video here of how things are done in this is our studio in Lillestrøm. We're not there anymore. We actually moved. There you see the Elinchrom lights, and we're photographing some shoes. We have the flash head is actually 45 degrees over the shoes. So they're pointed on an angle 45 degrees onto the shoes, and the turntable just turning because it's automated. And there you see the Lastolite backgrounds with the Elinchrom lights that I talked about earlier. That's the camera. The camera needs to be aligned with the shoe, which I'm going to show you more of later. So that was just a simple video to show you how the turntable works. Okay, here we go. It is really important when you photograph something in 360 that you align the camera with the turntable. So if you look at the upright hand corner here, you see the camera is pointing 100% in the middle of the turntable. And then on the other way around, it's also aligned. So basically, inside your camera, you will have all these little squares, right? So what you do is you focus on the middle of the turntable, and then the squares around, you make sure that the camera is positioned 100% in the middle. And this is something that you do once typically. You don't do this every time you shoot. You only do it once a day, and then you shoot the whole day. And what we used to do is we used to tape down the tripod onto the floor, and we also tape down the turntable onto the floor so that we make sure that it stays in the middle. So on the right hand side here you see the camera view, and that's typically what you see inside a camera when you look through it. So the next step is actually once you've aligned your camera with the turntable, it's about then you have to align the products and the camera on the turntable. So the way to do that is to do it as I'm showing you here on the screen, but then you should also turn the shoes 90 degrees and make sure that they're still in the middle, because if you don't do that, it's going to be really hard to get a nice 360 spin. And also use the inside of the camera to make sure the shoe's in the middle. When you do lighting is a lot about experimenting. In the video I showed you earlier, the light was actually on a 45-degree angle above the camera. And for shoes, I found that to be a very good way to do it. And I'm also going to show you later the shoe that was photographed there, and you can look at the images and say for yourself whether you think that it's good photography or medium photography or shit photography. Okay. When it comes to camera settings, it is really about doing test images. So before the shoot, you do a test image, and you need to look at your calibrated screen and see, like, is this something I can deliver to my client, or is this something that I need to change the lighting on? Do I need to replace the product? So in regards to getting organized, it's all about finding all the similar types of shoes. So we used to have a client that had 1,200 shoes a year, and we used to get them all at once. So what we did then was we organized all the shoes in like black this type, gray this type, high heels, whatever, and we'd have a long line of different products. So that's one thing to do, because once you've set the camera and the tripod and the turntable for one type of shoe, you want to bang out like the next 50 of the same type. That's the most effective way to do it. One thing that I want to say is make sure that the product is inside the frame, because sometimes you'll be photographing a product in 360 and it'll be spinning out of the frame. So I'm going to take a little break here just to grab a little bit of water. Any questions so far? Any questions? Please type them into the question box. Stian is here to answer any questions. So please type in any questions you might have in regards to the photography. Alrighty. You can type in the questions during the webinar as well. That's not a problem. So step number 6 is the capturing process. So what we recommend is to take at least 24 photographs, because 24 seems to be the correct number in terms of making something look sexy and good. So you can do up to 36 frames, or you can only do 12 frames, really depending on the kind of finish that you want. But 24 is the perfect combination in terms of uploading it. So basically viewing speed for customers. And yeah, so that's brilliant. Do anything between 12 and 36. So now I'm going to do a little demo of how to get your spins online. Okay, so I'm going to go to uspinpro.com, and I'm going to make this full size so you can see the whole shebang. I'm going to log in. Okay, so here is what you see when you log into the account. So I'm basically going to go to create new, which brings up this checklist of what you need. I'm going to go to add 360 photographs. And what I do simply then is I go to the folder where they are, and make sure that you click that they have some kind of order, because if they're not in the right order, it's going to be difficult to make the spin look nice. So all I do is I select them, and now on the top here you can see the loading bar. That's actually a loading bar, and that's about the time it takes to upload the pictures. Once you've done that, you can actually you can change the order, right? So I can move that there, or I can move it there. So you can actually change around the order of the product, or you can also delete products. So now this frame is deleted. Let's put in the name. I'll put in webinar. Webinar is not spelled that way, but webinar. Okay, and I'll put in 1, 2, 3. Tag Nike. Okay. You don't have to put in all of these. You can. It's enough just putting in one of them. So here is the spin. On the right hand side here, you'll see the embed code, and all you have to do is actually mark this and go copy, and then you paste it into your website, and it'll be live. So here you see the spin, and this is also the shoe that I showed you earlier. If you double click, you actually zoom in. So depending on the size of the images you uploaded, you can. So you see this is now zoomed in more, and you can see the camera there. So photographers have an eye for spotting things like that, right? So yeah, here's the spin, and that's pretty much how easy it is to upload a spin in USpin Pro. This code you copy paste into any blog or website, and it'll go live. So you can do that on eBay or any other e-commerce platform. So that's how you basically get your spins live. Once you've logged into your account, you get 6 spins for free if you try it out. And if you need more, if you're happy with the system, you can go to purchase, and then you can buy anything from 10, 25, 50 to 100 players. The thing to mention here is if you need like 500 spins, you just buy the 500 spins. You can continue buying spins. So basically, if I go to my dashboard, you can see here, okay, I've got 46 players left. So if I needed more players, I'll just go to purchase. I bought 50, then in my dashboard, it would actually say 100 and it would say 96 players. Okay, so it's like a pay-as-you-go system. So you just basically, if you need more spins, you just buy more spins. And we did that because we thought that would be the best solution for our customers. Um, the the spins that you upload will be responsive, which means they will work on mobile phones, they'll work on tablets, they'll work on big screens and small screens. So once you have it on your website, after you copy paste it in the code that I showed you, you can upload it anywhere. So use this on eBay, make more sales, and it's really quite a simple process. So just want to ask you this question: have I delivered priceless information to you today? Are you more informed than when you joined the webinar? I understand that it can be complicated and overwhelming to get started on this. So we have a solution for you today, and it's called The Secrets of 360 Photography. It's a step-by-step guide on how to really master all the skills of 360 photography, so you can make lots and lots of money selling it to clients or selling more products online. So the great thing with 360 photography is that you'll be able to do it, to instantly implement these strategies and make it happen for you. So what's included in the Secrets of 360 Photography system is 8 webinars. You get webinar number 1, which is all about getting organized like a professional. We show you in depth how to do that in an instructional video. Webinar number 2 is all about more about getting organized, because I believe that's one of the key parts of becoming a professional photographer and actually having a good profit on what you're doing. Webinar number 3 is how to manage a studio. What kind of things do you need in the studio, and what kind of mannequins do you need to do this, and everything about how we run our studio. More about photographing in 360. That's webinar number 4. How to photograph female clothing, how to photograph male clothing, how to photograph small shiny products. Okay, so an in-depth induction into how to do that. And then webinar number 8 is all about large items. So the total value of that is $2,376. You're not going to pay that here today. We're also going to throw in 100 players for you. So you get 100 USpin Pro players as well. You're also going to get 1 hour one-on-one coaching with either me or Stian. So we can ask us any questions about how we do what we do and how we've become one of the most successful 360 photography companies in the world, serving hundreds and hundreds of clients. So this is a one-on-one Skype session with us. You can ask us any questions. We can do video, so you can show us your studio, your equipment. But we really know how to do this, and basically you get the one-on-one coaching as well for the total value of that is $997. So last year we made $650,000 selling 360 photography in Norway alone. So the potential, if you're in the UK or the US, is massive. So we made, and this is a screenshot of 2013, which basically shows we did 4 million kroners in, so that's about 400,000 pounds in sales 2013. So we only have 12 places here today because we are in a busy season, and we also only want to work with people that want to learn this, that are motivated, and that people that take action. People that take action, they always get rewarded. So we're only taking on 12 people here today. And we do this because we really want to. We really want photographers to learn 360 photography and get another skill set under their belt. And a lot of you guys might be saying, I've never done this before, but there's a bonus here today as well. There's a mega bonus. So the mega bonus here today is that we're going to give you 7 days of free image editing. So basically, if you have clipping paths, if you have real estate images, or if you have been doing 360 photography but you want them edited with a really nice, crisp, white background, we'll give you 7 days free image editing as well. And the value of that, the total value of that is $1,000. So the deal here is basically, it's called The Secrets of 360 Photography. It's a program that we've made and developed throughout the years. You get the training tutorials valued at $2,376. You get the 100 spins with Uspin Pro. That costs $97. And you get the 1-hour coaching session with us, one-on-one, and as well as the bonus, the mega bonus, which is the 7-day free image editing. I have no problem with giving you a 30-day money back guarantee. So if this is something for you, I'm just putting in the link here for you. I'm not going to cancel the webinar. So now it's time for us to do a question and answer session. So please jump in here, and let's talk about some 360 photography stuff and whatever you might need in terms of getting to the place that you want to be. So any questions, please ask us. We're here now to reply to any questions you might have. And I'm just struggling with sending you guys the right link here. That's one of the challenges with doing the webinar yourself. Okay, so that was the wrong link. Okay, so any questions, please drop them in here. I'm going to copy paste this link into your chat. And yeah, it's really a okay. So that's okay. So I'm going to send the link here to you guys. Let's see if that link works. Your PayPal session has timed out. Okay, that's okay. Okay. Right, I'm going to find the link for you guys. Just hang on here. I'm gonna copy paste that into the chat box for you. So if you want to take action today and learn lots of photography skills, then now's the time. So here's the purchase box. Let's test that link and see if it's working. Is that working for you guys? Is that link working? So if it is working, please drop a line in the chat box. Stian, if the link is working, please test the link and let me know. So, Stian, I've unmuted you now. Do you have any comments? Stian? Alrighty. Okay, guys. So I guess there's no questions here today. So anyway, this is the chance to ask any questions, and the purchase thing is in there now. Just click that in the just click this button, and then you can jump on board, and we can work together. So thank you for being here. I hope you learned something. If you learned something, I hope then it was hopefully worth your time as well. I don't know why this is so difficult to change, but link URL, there we go. Mac, huh? Who loves Mac? Okay, the link actually is working. It's just the displayed link that is wrong. Again, being told here. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching the webinar. I'm going to leave the